Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. It's my 5 minutes or less. I just finished watching the content collaboration in the modern workplace, the session where we got all of the SharePoint announcements. I'm telling you, it is going to be very hard for me to do this recap in less than 5 minutes. I have a whole page of notes. How exciting! I looked at all the things that they did with SharePoint, and so many of the things are a modern way to do what we've been doing since 2003, but much easier. We got to see things like connected web parts. We got to see audiences, the new modern version of all of these things. And we just got to see it for a quick second or two in a demo, which means that they're probably going to detail it more in additional sessions. Not really a probably. They are going to be detailing it more in additional sessions at Ignite. So I really, really look forward to following up with a lot of those sessions and digging into it. But really, let's get started with team sites. I loved it. Jeff talked about how these were simple and powerful and customizable, and no two teams are exactly the same. So they just showed off some things that make things easy. You know, drag and drop columns, that's pretty cool. Updated column formatting based on values. I love this because they were able with Boolean values to go in and say, if it's this, make it red. If it's this, make it green. That's fantastic for those of us that don't like to write JSON. Even when they had us writing JSON, they gave us some, great examples. We could usually copy and paste everything that we needed. But now they're even improving that and making it a bit easier. So I was super excited to see that. They showed some cool things with the location column. So if you're doing anything with a location, you can add that as a column on a list. Then when you hover over it, you're going to get all the details, even like a little map view and the coordinates and different things like that. So that was pretty cool. Naomi also showed some composite applications. This is great. These are one-page applications with connected web parts, right? So the way she described it is one web part's the hero, the next web part is the sidekick, and they're working together to solve all the problems. I love that. Super fun, super great. How many times and how many sessions have I given about how you connect web parts to, take data and tell a story? So I'm so excited to see a modern version of this. And so she showed some pages where, you might have a document viewer web part and a document library, and you could select a document in the document library, and then the viewer would represent that. So really, really cool stuff. I'm excited about that. She also showed how inside of Teams it's coming together. So you can build a page like this. You build it once and done, and then I can display it as a tab in Teams, or I can display it as a page inside of SharePoint. So this is a great way, build it once, no matter where people are working, no matter the experience that they want to be diving into, they can get the same content. So super, super excited about that. Also showed some really cool stuff with row formatting. I think that's going to just continue to evolve, and we're going to really be able to build out some of these really great solutions. We then jumped into some things with compliance and security. We're going to go to the site's admin center. We were able to see some things with geolocation, migration tools, different labels and stuff like that with sites. All super, super cool stuff. We also had, I started with Naomi, skipped over Dan, but Dan showed us all about SharePoint news and different things that are changing there. So customized page designs. So now instead of just going in and getting that one news page, you can kind of pick a design to get started. Centrally managed images to be used on pages. That's fantastic. So those can be managed and then easily used. Get custom metadata on pages. Modern audience targeting. So you can take pages and target it based on SharePoint groups and different things like that. Very, very cool features, things that we've been looking for, as well as things like organization news. So Dan and Adam were showing how you could have a site in the hub that was set as the organizational area, and then any news that gets published up from that is actually highlighted. It was highlighted with a little color, and it said organization news or something along those lines. Don't remember exactly, but it was highlighted and visually highlighted over the other articles so you could see it. So that's a really, really cool solution as we start looking at news. SharePoint News is actually one of the most used features. In fact, I had a call today with someone in marketing at my organization, and she was like, how did you do that? How did you send that email with that nice little image, and then everyone got a page with a ton of details? And so it's one of the things I probably use every day in my day-to-day, and so I am so excited to see these changes that are coming. All right, I'm looking at the clock. I'm at 4:30. I only have 30 seconds left, and I can't even begin to cover some of the other things they did. All right, so in OneDrive, we had at mentions. We also had password protected sharing of files. In the design, we're going to start to see some new things around consistent look and feel across apps, a modernization, a lot of the Office clients and how things look. And then wrapping it all up, they went into AI and they started looking at the powerful things we can do with search, some of the predictable rules that we can even add to flows that allow us to, based on if I'm uploading a picture and it's a cupcake, take these actions, or it contains a cupcake. Sounds silly if you're just watching this summary without having watched the session, but the example she was actually talking about was a bakery. So that example makes a lot of sense. All in all, one of the best sessions so far. I did not go 5 minutes or less. I can already see I'm like at 5:30, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. This will be time that you will not regret spending watching all of these demos. So highly recommend it. In the blog, I also put some links to their announcements that they put on the official blog today. So I hope you check all of those out. I hope you guys enjoyed this super quick summary. Barely got to cover all of the announcements that were made, and I'm just so excited about the new modern SharePoint and how all of these things are coming together. And it's going to be a great year working with all of these tools and just building out some of these great applications. So thanks everybody. I'll see you with the next session.